Morning. The second video I want to record this morning came from a subscriber sort of asking for what the ideal tenants are. Less turnover, stay the longest, that kind of stuff. I'll answer that in just a second. Just want to remind all of you that when you watch these subscriber questions, this entire series is 100% generated by the questions I get from my subscribers. So if you'd like to ask me one, just do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, and then go ahead and either leave a comment on a video, because I look at those and try to process those every day, or you can send me an email if you happen to have that. It's mzuber@onerental@a-time. All right, so now to the question, ideal tenants. That kind of depends on the unit. What I have found after all this time is if I'm renting some of my one-bedroom apartments, on the smaller side, what I have seen be, the best tenants, the one that stay the longest, actually are older adults, often single. There can be a couple, but again, you're asking for the ideal tenant. So I would tell you an older, somebody. Now let's just put numbers. Somebody above 50, preferably single, maybe has a cat or a small dog. That's what I've seen be best for the smaller units. Reason being is at that point they're likely to be renters for the rest of their lives. They're likely to plant roots. They're likely still healthy enough where they can get around, take care of themselves, take care of the units, all those things. So that's what I see for my smaller units. As for my houses, usually I like to see, two incomes. That could be, obviously a couple. That could be two different adults that are sort of sharing the burden. And then I want to see a couple of young kids, preferably probably under 10 would be really nice, because what happens is, the kids get, part of the neighborhood. They get to know their kid, the schools, and it's just the same stuff that likely when you were growing up, your parents didn't want to move you around. So for the houses, I like to see, a couple of income sources and some young kids. They seem to stay the longest. We've had some people stay in houses for well over a decade, paying rent on time every month. Works out for both of us. So that's what I've seen. So smaller units, apartments, like to see older adults. Let's put numbers above 50, preferably single. And then for my houses, I like to see a couple of income sources and kids under 10. So that seems to, both situations provide the best opportunity, or at least historically, to stay the longest, right? And why this question is important, obviously, if it's not, is tenant turnover or unit turn or make ready or whatever you call that is often the largest expense. It could take an entire property down for the year if it's a big one. So thinking about finding the right fit for your unit is not a bad idea. So that's what we've seen. Hope that helps. Love to, if I'm missing something, leave a comment below if you find another tenant type or whatever that you like to rent to. I'd love to hear, love to learn. With that, I'll just say have a great day. Take care.